special day because we have a super special guest, my friend and neighbor,
Ana.
also. And we're just gonna get to know her a little bit more and about her experience at the Technical University of Munich. But for that, we're gonna go on the blanket. So, let's go!
Bueno, señoras y señores, aquí me presente a Cucuyé, Cucuyé, dice Cucuyé, Cucuyé, caminando Cucuyé, 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 caminando Cucuyé, Cucuyé.
My name is Ana. I come originally from Mexico and I've been living here in Munich for around 3 years. I am a nanotechnology engineer and now I am studying the Master in Management at the TUM. I'm in the School of Management of the TUM and the Master's is called Masters in Management. So it's for engineers and scientists that decide that they want to learn a little bit more about the business side and the industry side, and that's when the Master's comes in, and it's been super interesting because it's like looking at the other side of science and engineering.
Okay, so what was your experience like at the Technical University of Munich?
So far it's been a very international experience. The Masters that I am, it's pretty much all internationals. There's some Germans, but I would say since the first day I was able to meet people from all over, like America, Italy, France, India. It's just been a very international experience, and it's also been super nice because I can choose some of the courses, but also some of the courses were mandatory. So that gives me a chance to learn a lot from what I have to learn, but then also decide what I want to focus on the future. And it's been a really nice
It's
Masters.
very good because I mean if it's that flexible. And how did you decide to like go from nanotechnology to this side? Like what was the thought behind it?
It was a pretty big change, but when I was in Mexico, I was working with a professor and also with a friend trying to set up a startup using some nanoparticles. And that's when I realized that I was lacking some knowledge on how to actually put an idea from science into application. And I was like, okay, when they were asking about business model, market calculations, I had no idea. And I realized that actually my passion was this, I would call it technology transfer. So it's kind of applying the science and technology into something more usable and more tangible.
I think do they have this bachelor's here, like the nanotechnology?
No, they only
I
have,
never heard of it.
they only have the physics bachelor's, and then in the physics bachelor's you can decide if you want to specialize on nanotechnology as one of the end ones.
Okay, that seems very like intelligent and nerdy. Like
You're also
field of
studying
study.
physics.
Yeah, okay, but like physics. Yeah. And do you feel like it has met your expectations so far, like the degree?
So honestly, the degree is very theoretical. So the degree per se, it's a lot of classes that it's more like going to lectures and listening to a professor. But everything around the ecosystem from the TUM, that's what has met my expectations, because I've been able to go into a bunch of seminars, be in student teams, and also apply to other different programs. And I feel that this mixture of lectures and theoretical and practical have been really amazing, and that's what actually makes it all worth it.
So did you know German before you came here?
Not at all.
And how was it? Like how is it? Because also a lot of people are curious about this. If you can survive here in Germany, if you're not if you don't know in German.
So most of the masters in Germany actually ask you that by the end of the first year you have accomplished the most basic course. Like you at least have to have had A1.1.
Okay.
And so as soon as I arrived, I of course came with no German. Maybe I could say the days of the week or some numbers, but no German.
Okay.
And right away I got into some courses from the TUM because the university has free courses that everyone can just join. And then it made it a little bit easier because I would start learning the basic things, but things that you can survive with, like where is a toilet, or how much is this, or can I ask for the check, or like just basic things to ask for. And then little by little, I mean, I did have some struggles. I remember sometimes going to the grocery store and asking for help and nobody could understand me. But most of the people do speak English. And to be honest also, all of the courses can be taken in English from my master's, and I think also for the main master's in the TUM. So it's actually not too bad, and I think it's something that it's easy to just learn little by little and incorporate it into your life until you're actually getting better and you actually notice the progress. So that's also nice when you start understanding what people in the metro say or when people talk to you and you can answer something. So it's a progress and it's been a big ride, but it's nice.
Yeah, I also heard you speaking a few times, and I mean it's really good. Like you're really getting comfortable with it, because I think that's the hardest part at the beginning. That I mean I also went through this, because at first I thought that I knew German, but then I came here, and I think it's a plus for you that you directly learned German from not only German speaking people, but natives.
Yeah.
Because I learned German in Romania, and almost all the people were speaking with a Romanian accent, and I knew grammar and how to entertain a conversation. But when I came and tried to talk to people here, I just couldn't understand what they were saying, because they were using the Bavarian accent, which everyone makes jokes about, but it's real. And I think it's really good for you that you started speaking directly with native speakers, and you heard the language from the core, as it is, and not with international accents all over the place.
But I would still recommend to have at least some basic courses before coming.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I think that still, if you come here and don't know anything, you will still make it. And then you have also the advantages of learning from zero from actual German natives. But it's also good if you really want to integrate into the German community, because they also appreciate when they see that you're making the effort to talk their language.
Yeah, that's really true. I wasn't actually expecting people to be so nice and so encouraging when they see that you're struggling and that you're trying, but they really appreciate to see, the natives, they really appreciate to see that you're trying, even if you're if you said your master's is entirely in English, and if you can survive with your English speaking circle, people. And yeah, that's really good, and that's also encouraging for the people looking at this video, because I've been getting a lot of questions about whether you can survive, or if it's okay if you don't know German. And yeah,
I would say you can survive. No, I would say let me do that again. I would say you can survive, and this should encourage you to actually make the decision to come to study to Germany.
How was it during the Corona time? Because how many years did you have, or how many semesters did you have before Corona?
So my master's is actually 4 semesters, and I started in October 2018. So Corona happened when I was starting my 4th semester. So I had already been able to live almost 1 year and a half without Corona, and being in person and being in courses, and all of a sudden it was a huge change into always being outside of the house, meeting people, meeting friends, and then at some point I was all the time in my room, and that was a little bit of a harsh change, I would say.
Yeah, but you survived it.
I think we all survive it.
Yeah.
It's not terrible when we find a really nice support group and friends and family around.
And would you say that they did a good job, switching with the full online lectures and everything?
So I think the School of Management was already pretty flexible with virtual lectures, because most of the lectures were already recorded.
Okay.
So it was okay if I didn't go to courses, because I would anyways have the chance to watch the lectures afterwards. So when everything changed into a virtual setting, it was not a terrible change. So I think that the professors in the university adapted really quickly to Zoom, and they used Lecturio, and I don't know which other softwares.
Yeah.
So I feel that the change was not that bad, and it also gave me the opportunity to do a little bit more things, because then you don't have to spend time in transportation and in moving, and so I was able to also engage in other things, and that was not so bad.
That's good, because I think we talked about this, but in the beginning everyone was like super excited because it was something new. Like you could stay at home, you didn't waste a lot of time in the bus or in the subway, and then suddenly after like 1 month, it just became. I mean, when we started realizing that the thing was real, that we're gonna be in this situation for much longer than, I don't know, 1 semester, it just started being not really fun and not really exciting that you're always flexible and at home all the time. But yeah, I also think that they did a good job. Like many people who I've talked to said that they managed to like keep things close to normal with the online thing.
Yeah, and honestly, I think they were also good at trying to communicate always what was happening. And I know that it was really hard to predict what to do next and when they were going to be able to offer in-person lectures or if the exams were going to be in person. So that part was a little bit harsh, the uncertainty. But I think we were all going through uncertainty. So I think that understanding the situation, they managed pretty well.
Yeah, that's really good to hear. And a lot of people actually are asking about the master's degree at TUM, whether it's difficult or not really. Like, did you feel like at first as a like international student with a different background, did you feel like it was super difficult or
so? Like, to be honest, the system is completely different. I don't know if it was also for you, but
it was.
In Mexico, most of the classes were you have to have projects and homeworks, and you also have like partial exams. And here in Germany, or at least at this university, is the point where there's nothing in between the semester. You can just go to classes, and it's very optional what you do in the classes, and all your grade is based on a final exam. So that was a bit harsh for me because I had never had to learn all the semester, like for all the semester for one exam. So having to like learn again how to study, learn again how to memorize things was a little bit harsh. And I would say that the courses are honestly not so hard. I mean, of course they have this level of difficulty because it's the TUM, but they're honestly not so hard if you put enough effort and time into it.
And how long did it take you to like adapt to this new style that you weren't used to?
So what was kind of beneficial was that usually the exams are either in February or in July. And for some reason in my course there was like an intermediate exam for one intensive course, I don't know how to say it, which was in December. So instead of having the exam in February, it was a shorter course and we had the exam in December. And that was super helpful because it helped me see and get a glance of how exams are.
Oh, what was it like a probe exam or was it like a?
It was a course that instead of having, for example, one lecture per week, we had 2 or 3 lectures per week. So then the time of the course was a little bit shortened because it was like a bit more intensive, and it was finished in December. And that helped me a lot to know how the exams were going to be and be prepared better. So those first 2 months, I would say, were a bit harsh, just trying to understand how to study, which classes to go, and then also finding friends and finding a place where to live. But I think that once you like find this like stability, then it was all great by the end of the first semester.
Okay, so what would you say was the main difference between university in Mexico and university here? Like, was there something that, I don't know, shocked you when you came here or you didn't expect, or?
I think first of all, the huge lectures and the huge lecture rooms and so many people in just one classroom. In Mexico it's not that way, it's usually more like 20, 25 people, students, and that's it. And here it was sometimes lectures of 200, 300 people sitting down in the same lecture hall. That was pretty impressive.
That's the same in Romania actually.
It was pretty impressive, and I would also say the internationality, just people being, I don't know, so like open, and I think that was a good one.
And what was one of your most like pleasant experiences here?
I think my most pleasant experience, where I felt like super fulfilled, was after the first semester when I was able to pass all of the exams. I had been for the past month before the exams just studying in the library and just going for coffee breaks with friends, but not going out partying or anything. And the first semester, after I was done with all of the exams, and then I got the grades, and I saw that I had passed everything. I felt like,
okay, I can do this.
it's doable. Like, you study and then you pass, and let's continue doing this, and I will finish the masters. And that's where I felt like a lot of, I don't know, like self-determination. Like, we can do this.
So thank you guys all for watching, if you've made it this far. And thank you, Ana, for being my guest today. It was really nice, and I also learned things that I didn't know about the Technical University. And I'm sure that you helped a lot of people that are not really sure if they should come to Munich, to the Technical University or not. So thank you also on their side for this.
No, thank you for having me and inviting me to be part of this. And yeah, happy to help everyone that is also interested in coming to Germany and the Technical University of Munich.
So if you did like this video, then please give it a thumbs up.
And if you have any questions, just comment below.
And don't forget to subscribe. Bye guys!